Our Verify team is hard at work debunking social media claims. Their claims, including one about COVID-19's impact on meatpacking employees. Gio Insignaris verifies.
It's easy to get swept up in social media posts and misinformation about the coronavirus. That's why the Verify team is here to help you out by digging into viral claims and separating fact from fiction. In recent weeks, Facebook posts like this suggest that meatpacking workers have suffered more coronavirus cases than healthcare workers. The posts, shared thousands of times, say, why is it 5,000 plus meatpackers tested positive, but not 5,000 plus nurses or doctors? So let's verify, is COVID-19 having more of a toll on meatpacking employees than on healthcare workers? Our main sources are the United Food and Commercial Workers International Union, the CDC, and reports from Time Magazine and the U.S. Department of Agriculture. According to a CDC report as of April 17th, more than 9,200 healthcare workers had been infected with COVID-19 and 27 had died. This is despite efforts to protect themselves, as noted by a Time report in April, detailing widespread shortages in PPE. The CDC has also said these numbers are likely an undercount because only 16% of COVID-19 cases reported to the CDC included information on whether or not the patients were healthcare workers. But that doesn't mean the meatpacking industry is going unscathed. A CDC report from May 8th showed more than 4,900 workers have been infected across 115 facilities and 20 had died. The agency cites, quote, difficulties with workplace physical distancing, hygiene, and crowded living and transportation conditions. But after President Trump issued an executive order meant to maintain the supply chain, 14 meatpacking facilities opened back up. The Department of Agriculture applauded the move after working together with the CDC and other health officials to implement safe working conditions for employees. But the UFCW International president still opposed the move, citing the need for more safety improvements. Ultimately, we can verify false. The social media posts saying that meatpacking employees are being infected more than healthcare workers is incorrect. Employees in both industries are still being hit hard, but still, the most recent available data says one is being impacted a bit more than the other. Don't forget, if you have any questions you want us to verify, email our team of researchers and we'll get right on it.
Like Gio said, email us, and that email is verify@khou.com, or reach out to us on Facebook and or Twitter.